What is up, guys? Thank you so much for clicking on this video, and today I'm going to be showing you how to turn these parts into a custom drive shaft. So that way my Honda K24 and BMW ZF 6-speed will be able to bolt up to my Nissan S14 rear differential. And after doing some research, if we look at the stock BMW Guibo and drive shaft, this is a piece of drive shaft that I cut off a BMW 330i that I stole the transmission out of, you will see that there is no U-joint here. So I went down to drifthq and purchased this adapter plate. This kit comes with all the hardware necessary to mount this to this and this to the tail shaft, as well as a sticker. Hell yeah. But if you see, it's for the GetRag 5 to 6 speed and ZF 5 speed. I have the ZF 6 speed, but I guess they ran out of room to CNC that on because this fits up perfectly. Because if you see, it has two different triangle machined pieces. So if I slide this over the little piece, you can see this first one doesn't line up because it's too short. But if we twist it a little bit, then all three of these line up as well. And that allows the Spicer 22479 flange yoke and line up with these 4 threaded holes as well. And then this is the OEM Nissan 240 drive shaft end piece. There's the part number. And then this piece will go right there and allow to have 2 U-joints. But if we look all the way down where the drive shaft's gonna go, you see there is some stuff in the way. So I'm gonna have to be doing a lot of modifications. So I'm gonna have to cut all this out. I may even have to cut a lot of the floorboard out just to get the drive shaft to fit under there. But once I go to mock that up, then I'll know how much I'll actually have to cut. I already had to cut a lot of my transmission tunnel just for the tail shaft of the transmission to get up high enough. So I'm okay with cutting more of my floorboard out. That's weight reduction, am I right? And in the last video, I got my 350Z hub conversion with my 370Z dual rear calipers. If you look, I do have 2 axles in here. This is very difficult to record one-handed, but we got the tape measure, flange face to flange face, and it is exactly 5 feet or 60 inches. Isn't that wild? So now we can take these 2 yoke flanges down to the drive shaft shop and tell them that it is 60 inches long, and they will get us all hooked up. Alright, it is currently the next week and I just got my drive shaft back. And if you want to know a way to keep your customers happy, you give them a slightly higher estimate, and then when they pull up to pay, it's a little bit cheaper, and that is exactly what just happened. Look at how cheap this was. So here is the receipt, and you can see I paid $387 for this custom made drive shaft. I ended up only needing a 3-inch steel drive shaft, which wasn't too big, but I did run into some clearance issues when I tried to fit it up. As you can see, I did have to do a lot of cutting and hammering. I couldn't find my sledgehammer, so I went and purchased a air hammer, and it helped out a lot. These are the 4 bolts for the drive shaft itself, the 4 bolts, and then these are the 3 Allen bolts that will recess into the cavity and actually bolt this plate onto the transmission. Alright, so the axle is fully bolted in now, which means when I start the car, it should spin the rear wheels. Ain't that fucking crazy? Alright, got it in neutral right now. Just like that. So when we turn the key, they ain't spinning. When I put it in gear, oh, I can't believe I finally got to this point. It is so wild to see. I don't have the best feeling about having the drive shaft this close right here, but if I press the brakes, I wonder if it'll stall or not. Oh, sure enough, it stalled. Since this project has been ongoing for so long, I don't know if this thing is ready to move under its own power yet. I don't even have 5x114 wheels that'll fit, since my 5x100 don't fit anymore. So I have to figure that out. My rear suspension, since it's all custom adjustable, I'm pretty sure it is all completely out of whack. So I'm gonna try to do a DIY alignment on the rear end real quick, see if I can find some 5x114 wheels. I have some on my Project RSX here. It's just a flip car, nothing to see, nothing fancy about that at all. But I may throw those on and see if I can roll out of the garage under its own power for the first time since December 2021 is when I tore this thing apart. It is currently June 2023, so that tells you how long I have been working on this thing. So I am so happy to be at this point. I don't know if you'll be able to see, you can see it is definitely toe in a lot. I have to pull this one in and this one out to do it. So this is camera won't autofocus, but that's as straight as I can get it. I have the wheel off the RSX, so let's test fit this and see if it even clears these brakes. We're hitting there, and we're hitting there, so this is a no-go. Guys, I got the RSX wheel to fit, and it is the most whistling diesel shit I've ever done. We got 4 2-inch spacers, so we got 8 inches of spacers to get the wheel to fit. Look at that poke, got that wide body coming soon, looking at boy. I wanted to see if it would work. I would have to have 4 more 2-inch spacers for the other side for this to even remotely work. Although I think I would tuck anyway, so I would be rubbing on the tire, but I just figured I'd try it out just to do something stupid. Shout out to that boy Sam with the Puerto Rican Tacoma, got the G35 stocks that we're gonna try to throw on her. All right, we got the raise on, and I had to raise the coil over quite a bit, but we got tension on it, and we got just enough space to be able to ride around a little bit. All right, well, she is on the ground and ready to roll. It's like so light, it's hard to control. Well, already tore out the 240SX axle. Crazy. Are we gonna be able to push this bitch back in the shop is the question though. Jesus. All right, she is pulled back into the garage, wheels taken off, put back on homeboy's truck right there. And now we got to repair some stuff already with the damn broken axle. If we look at the axles, I think I know what the problem is. There is a decent amount of adjustment on these, I don't know, toe arms, whatever, lower control arms. And if we look at the axle, it actually has quite a bit of play in it. So I think that one might have been too loose to where the axle couldn't fully seat into there. So whenever I put the extra torque trying to do a burnout, that it went ahead and just popped out. I went ahead and got a new one ordered. I have a lifetime warranty at O'Reilly's with these, so that'll be nice. I can just swap in and out. But I'm going to see, I don't know what the correct spec for this is, but I'm going to figure that out and then shorten these up as much as possible so that doesn't keep happening. But other than that, I would call that an overall success. I finally got to move the car, whether it was 3 feet, it still went the distance, and I am so glad with that. I don't really care that that broke. I got to fix the engine issue. I guess since it's under load, it doesn't want to go. It kept cutting out on me, so I got to figure that out, get the tune sent off to get actually somewhat tuned so I can move it around a little bit more. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Follow my Instagram, TikTok, everything under that username right there. Like, subscribe, and motherfucking peace.